Hello, Les.
Hello, Doc. How are you doing?
All good? So, are you excited about the games today?
I actually am. Looks like this match is probably gonna be, in my opinion, even a little bit more interesting than the last one. Because after all, group stage tend to be less competitive than this stage is moving forward. So I do think that these matches are gonna be much more exciting.
Yeah, we have 4 matches here to watch today, guys. And welcome everyone. We are gonna be watching the knockout stage for the Reservoir League. It's the 5th season, so we have 4 matches. The first one that we are here is the Theater of Terror. That is gonna be MOB from state 900 against WOA from state 908. We are also going to see FIF from state 599 against HPS from state 621. LDF from state 211 against WLF from 219, and also GTR from state 361 against LOV from 373. So there is a lot going on today. So what do you think it's gonna be? How do you think that's gonna be the balance between the
I
alliances?
think
Less.
I think some of the matches are gonna be a lot more competitive than others. There are some matches that I expect them to be more competitive than others. Like VLFR match, I expect to be a little bit one-sided. I do, however, expect Zach's match, which is, for those that don't know, all of these people that are streaming for us are streamers in game. So I do expect that FIF match, which is Zach's match, to be a little bit more competitive, as well as MOB match to be a little bit competitive as well. The differences in battle power for LDF is a little bit too big in terms of score. Nyonyo has also a close score, so it may be, in my opinion, close to the other 2 matches in terms of competitiveness. But I guess we'll see. We can even take a quick look at the alliances for one moment to see the differences in score that we have and how they performed previously.
Yeah, of course, of course. So here we have the menacing one that we were commenting. Is on the Theater of Terror. It's MOB against WOA. So basically, the alliances that are in this group, they are around the state 100, and both MOB and WOA is the first time, right, that they are here as the other ones in this bracket as well. So if you take a look at the power of WOA, they are slightly stronger than MOB. So how do you think that's gonna be? Absolutely, that can change the game completely, right? That's I think that's a problem that most alliances face, and that can change the whole game. That can change the whole game. I don't know. If you take a look, the one who wins today between WOA and MOB is gonna go against TOT. It was a good battle, as I can say that. TOT is from state 900. Go against 900. So well. Hello, Aaron. How you doing? Yeah, let's see how it's gonna be, guys.
Sorry, I was having a small issue with my microphone, so I wanted to fix. I had to replug it in the USB.
It's okay. I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, people in YouTube were not listening, so basically I wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's okay here
All
at
right.
my end.
So we should be covering probably the next matches that we're talking about. So
Yeah.
I think we can talk a little bit about the LDF match, which is gonna be in the Dawn of Hope.
Yeah, Dawn of Hope. Let's go there. Dawn of Hope. There you go. Here we are, guys. I don't know if you can see. I think it's behind me here in the.
Mhm.
But it's the very bottom left. We are gonna have LDF from state 211 against WLF from 219. Here is gonna be interesting because LDF they were champions of 2 seasons, seasons 2 and season 3, and they did quite well in the last season as well. They were top 8 here, and they're going against WLF from 219 that was top 16 last time. So that's gonna be interesting.
I think that match is going to be very interesting, and even though they look very close in terms of scores in matches like this, the fact that they were champions before, I think it's going to weight a lot more than people expect. The reason for that is because you played Reservoir League, I played Reservoir League. One thing that a lot of players that never did play is that although the event is mechanically the same, the pressure that you have in matches being like that, and as important as they are for both your alliance, for your state, and what it does represent, that every loss matters a lot more than before. It puts you in such a mental state that you end up in some cases making mistakes that you normally wouldn't. So because of that, what you have to keep in mind is that being the champion twice gives them the advantage, at least in the mind aspect of the event.
Also has a lot of pressure, so you do not disappoint, right?
Yes.
People are expecting you to do well again, and as we could see last time, they were quite good as well. They were top 8, so it's a lot of pressure. But let's see how it's gonna be. That's gonna be this is an older a bracket of older states. So we have a lot of people, a lot of alliances here that are quite experienced in the Reservoir League, as you guys can see. Whoever wins against LDF and WLF is gonna play against AMD or SHH. And AMD was top 8 last time as LDF, as you guys can see here, and SHH was top 250 for the past 3 seasons here. So whoever wins today between LDF and WLF is gonna probably have a hard battle ahead again.
And in my opinion, in the other side, you also have a very strong match. Last time that I've checked. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think B&B was champions before. No.
B&B, let's say.
No, it was not.
No, let's see who was it.
I know I saw a champion in here before in the other bracket as well.
Oh, we have WA was top 4 last time. That's good as well. Let me say top 32. Those were not qualified. Jen was top 16, so was 404. Yeah, no, I don't think
it was my mistake. I think you're right. I think they're probably gonna have in the semifinals BOP.
Oh, no. Here we on the same side as LDF. We have BOP.
Yes.
BOP was the champion.
I do think since both champions are on this side, I think that whoever gets to the final from this side is probably gonna emerge champion.
Yeah. BOP was the champion last time, and we have two alliances that were top 4 in the other side.
One thing to keep in mind, however, is that all these states are merged states, and they merge from the last. Oh,
that's true. That's true.
To this one. So a lot of teams that are in here are not showing as champions or with that performance may actually be teams from merged alliances of merged states. So a lot of things can also perform not as expected because of that, because merges throw everything off balance for you to not know which team is as powerful as it is. So Honestly, VLFR match, I expected going in VLFR side in the LDF match, but it's a wild card of it can go anywhere depending on how things are going to perform and participation as well. Last match, every single one of their players showed up, so I do expect that to be the same, and I expect this to be a very competitive and an interesting match.
Let's see how it's gonna be. Let's see. But sometimes we can get a few surprises, right?
I think we can go now to probably the next match. Maybe we can probably look at FIF match.
Frostwolf. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Frostwolf. There we go. So here you're gonna have FIF against HPS.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I think I passed.
It's a little bit misleading because they made it a state alliance from what I have heard, and they did well last time. They did qualify last time in another alliance. That being said, I don't know if this was a move basically to throw their opponents off balance. That is what some alliances do, for some reason, but it can be also that they decided to use another alliance as a core alliance and other people joined. But I do know that the team that they're using here right now is a solid team, so I do think it's gonna be a very strong alliance in terms of what you're fighting and what you're doing things. So HPS, however, that they're fighting, they were top 4, and as they were top 4, they are gonna be a strong opponent. This match, I expect it to go a little bit to the side of HPS. What do you think?
Yeah, so the thing is, like, we in this bracket here, whoever wins between HPS and FIF, we'll also be going against strong alliances there, because in the same bracket there, you can see that we have a top 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
A top 8. VNA was did very, very well the last time, and MAD. They qualified as top 250 for the past 2, so it might be quite good to see as well.
I think it's gonna be either way good matches. I don't think that any of those matches were gonna be completely one-sided. I expect some of them to be more than others, but I think that all matches moving forward are gonna be more interesting than the group stage, because the way that the group stage was made to be more fair, it purposely put matches that would give more chances usually to the stronger alliances. And but that meant that most of the strong alliances would come outside of the group stage and go to the quarter and the semifinals. So this actually allows you to be able to get matches as good as this one.
Another thing is that I was going to say, between all the matches that we are gonna watch today, I think this one might be the more balanced. Do you agree?
This one, I think yes, but I think it's not gonna be as balanced as we expect due to the experience. But I may be wrong. We'll have to see. We do have LOV as well that we can check, which is in
the Apocalyptic Wasteland.
Yes.
Yeah. On the other side here, they are going against GTR, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here. So LOV from state 373 going against GTR in 361. So I always forget how to pronounce her name here, the streamer, but yeah, they have quite similar power. Let's see how it's gonna be in terms of attendance. Do you know a little bit of the background of both alliances, Les?
In this case, sadly, I do not know a lot about these alliances, but we can from what we're checking assume a lot of what is going to go in the game based in the scores that I have right now. So I do think that we can get there. Let me just open up Apocalyptic Wasteland here, and we can start going to check a little bit more on the alliances. Getting a lot of banners right now and from the state that I'm streaming for, so it threw me a little bit off balance. It can happen. I think everyone actually wants to watch the match. So yeah.
And
Uh,
we-
yeah.
I think they're gonna delay a little bit the matches. I'm not really sure if they are gonna delay or they are gonna stream it live.
I have no idea, but we'll find out as soon as they start going for.
Yeah,
So.
because sometimes when they are streaming it, they like to put like a timer,
Mhm.
and so they don't show a little bit more. But we can see when it starts.
Yeah. So check Apocalyptic Wastelands.
GTR, if they didn't change anything, sounds a little looks like a little bit more experienced. They were top 32 for the past 2 seasons. LOV participated for the first time last time, but with all the merges and that can be a little bit misleading.
Yeah.
Looking at the leagues for older states, right?
The score also is a big difference. So I do think that not only the experience, but the score is going to probably put in GTR side. I do think that most of the most competitive match is probably going to be the ones that are in the top right now. Due to the fact of one being in younger states, so they have a lot less features to fight for. So this means that it's gonna be interesting to see the dynamics between younger and older states and how they're basically fighting for them, as well as the fact that in older states, the one that is actually doing the matches is Vito. Vito is known for being super good, and his alliance is known to be super competitive. They have been 2-time champions, so I do expect that experience there to show. That being said, I do think that all the matches are gonna be interesting to watch and to see how they develop. Because last time I made a mistake, I expected one of the matches to be a little bit more one-sided than the others, and I forgot the fact that one of the rallies was not in there for one of the matches before the one that we covered with Stealth, and it ended up being a bloodbath. So it is anyone's game. As soon as the match begins, all bets are off.
Exactly, and a lot of stuff changed from last Reservoir League to this one, right? What do you think about the puddles? Do you think that can be a game changer? Because we have some people that like it, some people that didn't like it. What do you think about it, Les?
I like the puddles a lot. I think the puddles add another strategy of movement to a lot of things that have been happening. So I think that puddles have the power to actually make good changes to what you're doing in the game. So what we have to keep in mind, however, is that puddles have to be used in an efficient way, because a lot of alliances try to go too soon for puddles. Sometimes they go too late in terms of trying to flip the buildings, and it can throw off balance on how the matches are going to be. So I do think to see how each alliance is going to be using puddles is also a good way to do strategy, because some alliances use in key points of the match and other alliances use only at the end of the match. But I've seen matches flip with a difference of 1,000 and 150,000 of points. And in this case, I do expect that if that happens, that it is it is matches that are going to be used very, very efficiently. So we might see some comebacks here in the matches that we may have not seen in other matches.
Absolutely. I was going to tell you. So as I showed in the previous one, whoever wins against LOF guys or GTR is gonna go against FMX or FFX. And here we have FMX that was top 32 past season, and in the season 3 they were top 16. That's nice as well. Do we have any champions in the Apocalypse Wasteland? Let me see here.
You can usually identify the champions because they're very proud of being champions. With the star on the badge of the alliance.
Yeah,
so I do think we have a sec. We have we have
yeah.
We have one alliance in the top left, I think.
Yeah, that was top 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it was champion on season 3 here
Yes.
on the left. PHX. PHX. Let me see how the other ones did last time. Top 32 we have here. Top 263.
We had a top 8 as well in the bottom.
Yeah, at the bottom,
DMG,
right? We have top 32. Good. Those were yeah, they were top 32 in the past season and top 8 in the season 3 here.
All right.
Yeah, that the PHA looks quite strong.
So I hope everyone is enjoying the stream so far. If you are, make sure that you are subscribing to the SOS channel. Clicking the subscribe button, clicking the like button, click the bell for notifications so you can keep doing that if you're in YouTube. If you are on Twitch, make sure that you are clicking in the follow button so you get notifications live as well for the next time that we join. If you do that, you're definitely gonna incentivize more content like this, so make sure to do it.
Yeah, we are live both on YouTube and Twitch at the official channels and State of Survival channels at the moment. So make sure you follow or subscribe, whatever you are. Make sure that we keep doing this kind of content to you guys.
All right. Are these streamers ready? That's a good question.
Let me take a look if Menacing started here because we were waiting on him. Yeah, so we have Zach here, we have Menacing. Yeah, I think everybody is pretty much ready.
All right, so I think we can start covering for showing the screens of how we're gonna be putting the alliances and the matches itself, so people have an idea.
Let me just open here the stream because I was in the reservoir. There you go. Oh, she's not ready yet. She's probably gonna start soon here. Let me open her stream.
And let's check what all the streamers basically are doing right now.
Yeah, she's not ready at the moment.
Oh, but here's the thing, right? Some alliances are a little bit more competitive than others. Some alliances are probably very excited about doing the matches. Other alliances are just chilling. I think it depends on how each player is playing, how each alliance is doing. It would change due to that in the way that how people were gonna basically perform and how basically people are gonna act towards things. So you can clearly see that some matches people are very excited and are almost ready to click the button. Yeah. They're gonna be very ready. As you can see, VLFR is already on the screen. Like not only.
He is so guys. We are gonna have the screen here with the 4 matches for you to watch, and also when you're gonna comment each one of them, we have a scene with the individual matches as well, so you guys can just fix this one. For some reason it doesn't look okay.
Seems like Zach was showing his T11 research for people in stream as well. Menacing is just chilling in the HQ opening. VLFR is super excited.
Here we have MOB. Let's go there for Menacing. That's the only one that I was waiting here. There you go. Let me go for Menacing. And yeah,
it's also interesting to see how VLFR has a capture card and he plays his phone. From my experience, players that have a very good phone tend to have a better performance by playing the game because the phones respond better than all the clients that you use. Although of all the clients that we have, the PC client, in my opinion, is the best one to respond to things. Which is the reason why we're using free PC clients to stream these, right?
I agree. I always prefer to play from my phone. Whenever I participate, Reservoir Raid is one of my favorite events. With state versus state. And I don't know. I think it's more practical playing on the phone. You know, especially the movements and everything. Makes things.
It's more responsive, but they did great
Way
job with
more.
with the PC client in terms of compared to what we would usually play before.
Yeah,
PC client, in my opinion, is a much needed change that we had for the game to actually have an official source that could be basically accessible for people that are not playing on phones. So I do think that that was a good move from the company to go for the PC
yeah.
client.
Especially because makes much easier to play multiple accounts. That's brilliant. Okay, so we have a few minutes before start.
Only 3 more minutes, guys, in chat, both in Twitch
Yeah.
and in YouTube. Are you excited for the matches? What are your bets for the matches? Go and tell your matches in the comments right now. Which teams do you think are gonna win all of this? Are there any teams that you guys are cheering right now, or are you just here to watch the streamers comment and fumble and everything that you're gonna be doing for doing these comments right now?
You should stream each game. Yeah, we are gonna try to multitask here, Chilan, but we also depend on the goodwill of the alliances to be nice and kind to let us stream it. So a big thank you to all the alliances that are providing this content to you guys.
All right.
Hello, Trouble. How's everyone doing there? Less.
Things from in my side here are 100%, but
Okay.
in YouTube the side is a little bit quiet, I think. In Twitch seems like people are a little bit more excited about the matches, but yeah. But let's see how things are gonna roll out.
Let's see how it's gonna be.
Yes.
Let me just.
I just think that but when the matches start, things are gonna be a lot more interesting.
I'm watching here on Twitch as well to make sure. Oh, good, Trouble. Hope you're having a good day so far. Let me see. Let's see if they're all prepared. Let's but just making sure that yeah, I think she's getting ready now. I think she's getting ready now. Zach looks quite excited. He is.
You know that Zach is excited when he's quiet and concentrated. Some juice.
Menacing looks quite focused as well. And VLR is ready for ages now.
Hey, it looks like that Nyonyo is sharing a bunch of code. Is sharing a code already on the stream. So enjoy. If you guys are watching, enjoy the code.
That's it. Just few seconds to start, and there you go. So Zach already started. Let's see. Let me go move to the one with all the pictures here. I just have to.
Seems like Zach is very brave. Both Zach and Menacing apparently are gonna be streaming with 0 delay.
0 delay. Look at that, guys.
This is gonna make this is gonna make the matches interesting to say the least.
Yeah, VLR just started as well. Let's see how many people they have here. I'm gonna change to Zach first, so you can take a look on how is the attendance there.
So it seems it seems like for Zach that they are having a 16 players, 17 right now against 13. It's not a full team, but it seems like that they're probably gonna have more attendance than the other team.
Yeah, good attendance, 19.
Yep.
19.
And they seem to be very organized right now, already setting all the markers and where every team is gonna go. This is looking good for them. I expected the match to be a little bit more on the other side, but as they are having more participation, this can be.
Yeah, they just got 20. They just got 20 there.
Yeah, only 10 more missing. We'll see if they're gonna be able to basically pick every single player and spot that is necessary.
Very brave. No delays here for for Zach's match. Let's take a look to the next one here. How is menacing? He's taking a look on the opponent side.
So it seems that the opponent has 15 and they have, and he moved out at a moment that I was gonna be doing that. Exactly at the moment that I was gonna do that, he actually moved out. I think he's actually listening to us and doing that on purpose.
Perhaps it is. Let's see. Match 3 here. VLR, that is LDF against WLF.
They just joined, it seems, because they have a small delay.
Yeah,
And
they do.
There's a huge banner on top of the participation.
And I can't see how many people are there.
It's a little bit hard to check in information and things like that when you have like a text on top.
Difficult. Let me see. Oh no, I can't see.
Yeah,
I can't see at all. How many? And let's see the last one here. If she started 28 against 13.
Oh, in my side is not showing the opponents. She's back at the settlement.
Yeah, she's back now. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I put a name wrong here. Oh no.
Going back to the 4 screen so we can actually watch some action while we're doing things. So yeah.
Let's see here.
So
there they go.
So yeah, now we can look at the top matches. Some of the matches are already being fighting for the buildings.
You just lost one? No, it was a different one.
Hello, Anga.
Hello, Lily. Let's see here. Yeah, Zach has 30 against 26 at the moment. Let's see here. Trying to see in the bigger screen if it's easier to.
So it seems like some of the matches are going back and forth already. So so we're gonna be checking how many of the alliances are gonna be competitive. At this point in the first stage, usually the matches are gonna be flipping buildings to try to not allow the other opponent team to get any of the matches. Due to the fact that some of the power seems to be similar on the alliances in the top, seems like none of them are able to get score at the moment, so it is a little bit hard for you to actually check for information of which match is going to be going in one side.
To be honest, they're being very, very kind to stream it. They're focused at the moment on their battles.
100%.
Yeah, so it's very kind of them to let us show this for you guys. Anyone here in the chat is also on the league? Because I remember last time some people were watching it because they were like, oh, I want to see how they play. I want to see their gameplay because my alliance is going against them. Is anyone using the stream as a source? Strategy.
Yeah. Apparently, I've seen a lot of teams do that. It's not only here for the matches that we are watching right now, but I've seen in a lot of matches that happening. So I do think that we are going to have some interesting developments right now. So we do have currently some of the matches that are going on. I think it's gonna be a little bit hard for us to track VLFR match. But so far, from what I can check, it seems like VLFR matches is slightly ahead. They have 30 players at the moment. If I can watch between those letters.
GTR versus LOV, it's gonna be a little bit one-sided, I think, because they have 30 at the moment against only 14.
Yeah, and it seems like some of the matches have full participation. It seems like Menacing match has full participation.
Let me go to Menacing here. Let me see. me change a little bit to his.
Sure.
Yeah, 30 against
And
20.
they have a match currently that is a little bit one-sided as well. So I do think that that most of the matches are being decided right now in participation, not only in power. As I
Pretty much.
said, as I said, FIF, which is Zach's alliance, were a little bit weaker than the other alliance, but right now, due to difference in participation, they are pulling ahead. We are going to see how the matches are going to develop in this case, especially because the more the game progress, the more thin both teams get their forces. So this means that the participation and having more members is going to be showing up in a lot of the buildings and the things they're going to be fighting for. In Zach's case, it's only 4 people of difference, but in Menacing's case, it's 8. So this match with 8 less people is going to be very hard to pull back, especially after the 45-minute mark.
Exactly, and if you take a look at Menacing, WOA is more powerful, right? And
From
and
what I
participation
from what I remember, yes.
participation might be what's gonna change the game here.
Same thing for I think Zach's alliance. Last time that I checked, if I'm not mistaken, I expected
Because of Zach there.
I expected his alliance to be a little bit behind because of power, but it seems like it's going to be a very close match unless the team have full participation as well. We've seen participation change during matches and flip matches because of that. So I think that this match is going to be anyone's game depending on how many they show up, especially because they already got a 27 member right now. And a lot of the rallies are going in every single place. So Mr. B just basically flipped one of the buildings in there from 599. So we are going to check how things are gonna go through in there. Has Zach already with 2.4 million troops in hospital.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, now they have 28. Participation is changing in that game. Yeah.
And let's see if my guess was right. If when the participation gets more even, it's gonna be a little bit harder from them to actually flip the matches.
Yeah, let's see.
And let's move for Nyo match and check
see how it is.
How they're doing. Yeah, as expected, due to one of the teams, even though her team had less score and had a bit worse performance in the other matches, you can see how much participation changed the match around because with only 16 players.
Yeah, pretty much half of the other alliance, right?
They cannot fight back. I think that this match probably is gonna be a match that is going to be decided in the next 20 minutes or so, but we'll see. It just like in Zach's match, maybe they will get a bunch of players joining up in the next 15 minutes or so, and they are gonna be able to flip things around.
Yeah. In the Zach's match, the other team start with like low, and now they're almost with 30 players, and the game is way more even.
Yeah. So I think we can go back and check now for the 4 matches, and we can keep track of all the matches in there to compare then how they are doing within each other. So if you check right now, you see that a few of the matches have already similar score difference. So Menacing match is very close to Nyo match at the moment.
Let me see. Let me go to see Menacing. I was trying to see VLR, but it's very, very difficult to see the score there. Oh, yeah. So yeah, Menacing has full attendance. The other team has 22. And it's a huge difference in the score.
Yes.
Huge difference.
The closest match, as I expected, was going to be Zach's match, and especially right now that they are actually going for 28 against 30 players, so participation is kind of even. The difference in power of the 2 players missing maybe even is it out how they're going to go for it, but the difference between the 2 teams is reducing. They had over 10,000 of difference in water in the beginning. Right now it's down to 7. So
that's gonna be interesting. That's definitely gonna be interesting. And he's burning already.
Considering that it is not his main account, right now he doesn't have probably a lot of troops in there. So it is what I think that the team is doing
Whoa.
is focusing in a strategy that since they are more powerful, they can basically use some of their bigs to actually burn the joiners, so the joiners can respond less in the later phases of the match. This is probably why Zach is already burning. So we are going to
Yeah.
watch how things are going to be moving on, and if Zach's teams are going to respond or not, because they already were saying in chat that they should respond. But it's gonna be interesting to see how people are gonna perform in this.
Anyway, looking, we are like 13, 14 minutes in the game, and well, this is what we have already. That's gonna be intense for the whole battle. I think both Menacing and Yo-Yo, they have the most calm battles at the moment. Very, very calm.
It seems like VLFR had a technical problem.
Let me take a look. Oh, he did. I want to see how it's gonna be. I want to see how that one is gonna go.
Hey, worst case scenario, we can VLFR go in and we can try to take a look at Stealth's match, but I don't think it's programmed, but it's better, I think, in this case than actually having a match that I scream with no match at the moment. So let's go and let's do it, and then we can check in a few minutes if VLFR is back.
Let's go and change to see how Stealth is going then.
It's a very close match compared to the other matches that we have at the moment. So, right now, it seems like the gap is starting to increase in the match from Zach's side. So Zach is actually being able to put a little bit more effort. And about the other two matches that we have right now, which is basically LOV match and MOB match, it seems like both of them already are not being very competitive at the moment. So it seems like the participation made a huge difference in the gap. And although that in Menacing match they tried to go get a few more points, and they are maintaining the gap similarly, it seems like LOV match has already been basically a slaughter in terms of points, because getting back a difference like this, unless they have participation,
they're 60k
is very hard.
already.
Yes.
Yeah. And the participation is not changing as far as I can see. So, because sometimes after 10 minutes, you see players that were a little bit late trying to join and help anyway. And depending on the level of the player that is missing can be a huge difference, right?
That happened in a match with 7-Eleven, Sammy's match, which is AOP. That match turned around in their first match exactly for that reason. Because their big player, their top rally was missing for half of the match, so they were able to turn in the last second because the rally was able to join. In this case, however, I think that depending on the score, if the teams can catch up, it can be a little bit problematic. But we'll see how things are gonna go and are gonna move forward with some of the matches. So
yeah, but so far looks that Menacing and Yo-Yo, they are both in the good side here. In a few minutes, we are also gonna get the phase 2 starting, right?
yes,
The munition factory, and the dev compound.
and center, yes.
The central is gonna open. Let's see if something changes once that starts.
So I think
That is there. Yo-Yo is there.
Yeah, I think that right now they are going to have more competitive battles, because center is going to be a huge source of points. And a few alliances use different strategies.
I'm having a problem with your mic here. Can you say something again?
Yes, what can I say?
It's a little bit robotic. I don't know if it's just on my side.
It should be fixed right now, so you should not have any
much
problem.
better.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. Again, so what we're having right now in this case, and is that we are having a lot of other matches that are basically turning a little bit, flipping a little bit.
Vito is back. Sorry.
Yes.
I was still. Yeah, Vito is back.
It seems now that Vito is back that, unlike before, Vito right now does not have a delay. I've checked before and compared before to now. It seems like he's not having a delay. I don't know if it was because he was having a technical issue, or because he was basically going to turn the delay off to confuse his opponents, because he was having a delay prior.
Perhaps. I am trying to see how close it is, but I can't see with his banner.
Oh, I can probably squeeze some information between the banner right now.
Let me see if I can take a look.
So right now for Vito's match, from what I can check here, as soon as he removes that banner, we can probably check how he's doing. I mean, it's a little bit hard whenever it's not about necessarily the banner, but whenever we have an opportunity, there's a rally screen on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. But I think based on the previous results of the other games, I think he might have an okay battle.
It's 78,000 against. I can't check what is the other score in the other.
They're holding a lot of buildings. He just showed in there.
280 points. So it's their match is being a bloodbath. They're basically ahead by 80,000 points at this point. And Zach's score.
Let me go to Zach here.
Zach right now has a difference of 11,000. They were ahead up to 15,000, but a lot of the buildings that they were fighting for, they're not being able to flip. And it seems like their team is not flipping all of the buildings, but they are taking control. And one thing that not a lot of players do know, and I think it's important to mention, is that as they are taking control, like just they did right now in the buildings, they get a bunch of water every time that they get full control, and it was enough to even out the score right now. I did not expect that to go so far so quickly, but it seems like the other team, the Zach teams, responded with getting some full control of some other buildings and got a little slightly a difference ahead of 3,000 points. 6,000 points now with 2 buildings controlled. So it seems like this is going to be neck and neck, especially now that participation is 29 against 30.
This is going to be very close, very close.
As participation is flipping around, water puddles and everything that you're getting for control is changing definitely. A lot of things are gonna be very interesting to see how they're gonna be working out.
That's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Yeah, right now they only have 3 buildings. They just lost another one. Something might change, but let's see how it's gonna be.
I think that right now, Zach's team is having less real estate at the moment with the buildings, but in 4 minutes everything is gonna be showing up if the fact that they decided to burn their players is gonna pay off or not, because you're gonna have some joiners that have to basically move out to get some gathering tanks. I personally do expect that since they went really hard on their joiners, that Zach team might struggle a little bit in here. But they might pull something off the cards because they have been playing really well this match so far and keeping a decent lead ahead with all the things that have been doing to turn buildings ahead and get a lot of the water puddles. It seems like they are, if you check the scores in the top left, in the moment that you get a green point next to the score site, that is every single time that a team gets water puddle. And from my perception so far in Zach's team is getting more water puddles than the red team.
That might be their strategy. Have the jumpers as well. Let me take a look. And see how is Menacing doing here. Yeah. 23, a little bit more people there join, but it's still a huge difference here. I'm gonna change to the screen with everybody there. Oh my, yes, LDF versus WLF is a bloodbath.
Hey, I called it that it was gonna be like that, and now that the match pretty much is decided is when he removed the banner. So, and as you can see right now, this means basically that not only the match has been decided, but also the fact that he was actually streaming when he came back with no delay. I think that whenever he saw that the stream was already basically decided, he started to go back to no delay. To then, after a while, remove also the puddles. Seems like they're controlling almost every single building, and the buildings that they're not controlling, they're flipping to make sure that the other team does not get scores.
And let me check Yong. How is that going there? There. Yeah, that's another one. 118 against 5k. How this is the thing, right? This is exactly what we were talking. How the participation can change pretty much everything.
Yes.
Everything. When we see some stronger teams that we see, if we take a look on their power, and they did well in the past season, and then people do not show up, and everything can change.
And this is one thing that players don't realize, not only for Reservoir League but Reservoir Raid. I've seen a lot of players sometimes saying that matchmaking tends to be unfair. But it seems like they don't realize the power that they have in participation. So not having a team that is going to have full participation can skew heavily against you. And it's the same thing for Reservoir League. The fact that you're having a team that is not going to be able to show up, which may be affected by the fact of the matches be in Fridays, but still, it makes your team be struggling in a position that is very rough. I do think that we can go back to the 4 matches, but I think that the match that we are going to be paying attention most for almost the rest of the match is probably going to be Zach's match. Because right now, Zach's match is neck and neck for every single one of the buildings that are trying to flip or not to take control. So they're fighting almost everywhere that you can see. Every time that you see a popping, it's one building that they're trying to hold.
And pretty soon the tanks are going to open.
Yes.
As well.
And when you have the first batch of tanks that are opening, you start to have not only players to move out for those tanks, but also less joiners. So this is going to put a lot more pressures on teams for the way that they're fighting.
Alright. I'm trying to see how is the score that 6. Oh, they are almost 10k ahead.
Yes.
Wow.
It seems like they're getting a lot of the water from the buildings that were flipped back. And that basically allows them to get to hold a lot of the scores of problems that they having before. I do think, however, that may be problematic by the end of the match unless they have a lot of buildings to flip. But we'll see if their strategy is basically going to pay off.
Yeah, so far now the tank's open there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it's going to be. Yeah, I think Nyonyo is playing with a delay. Because I didn't see it opening for her. Let me see the timer there.
No,
let me check the timer because I'm in the screen with the 4.
No, the timer. I can tell you that the timer for her is exactly the same timer as Zach. So it seems like we have 4 matches. Yes, and none of the matches have any delay.
No delay. No, I was in the screen with the 4 of them and I couldn't see the time.
No, I have the 4 streams open basically next to me, so I am not looking at OBS at the moment.
The good point of having multiple screens as well, right?
Yes, definitely. It seems like the score for VLFR it sounds like a group stage match again. Yes. And for the other matches right now, it seems like they're gonna be already basically as soon as they start fighting for water tanks, unless the battle changes the shift in water tanks, which we are going to wait a few more minutes to check if they are. I think that those matches are pretty much decided. So I'd say in this case we should probably focus a little bit more in Zach's match right now.
Yeah, about just talking about the since we are with LDF here, and they were like champions in the past. They're probably gonna go against AMD or SHH. That's probably gonna be interesting if you're able to stream that again, because AMD was top 8 last season.
100%.
So gonna be way different if it's gonna be way more balanced the next one, I would say.
And guys, make sure to vote in the prediction and in the matches of which team is going to win, as well as make sure to follow in the Twitch channel and to subscribe in YouTube so you can keep getting content like this.
And hello everybody who is in Twitch. Don't forget to also follow the channel on Twitch. We are in the both, yeah. Okay,
So
let's go and take a look closer to Zach's match here. Because basically the other ones are decided.
the matches is still neck and neck, 6,000 points, and the score keeps moving back and forth. So it keeps going moving for, let's say, a 10-minute difference, and sorry, a 10,000 difference, and then it goes to 5. It flipped at one point. We had one point as soon as they occupied the center that red team was ahead. They were ahead for 500 points. So this can be anyone's game, especially as the game progresses. If
this one is gonna be one of the matches that is gonna be decided last minute.
Yes,
they're gonna have to fight until the last minute in this one.
And it seems like a lot of the buildings for water tanks are gonna be struggling for a few players. Zach is struggling to kick one of the players out of water tanks, and this is gonna be a little bit problematic if they have a lot of players that can't fight back for tanks.
Because yeah.
If you check on the score in the top, you will see the difference right now in points is around 1,000.
It's decreasing.
No, if you check the amount of points they're getting per minute, the difference is quite significant at the moment. So not only it is decreasing, but also it's turning from one match to another.
Yeah, from 3,000 to 5,000, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they passed. They just passed.
Yes. And I do think that FIF still have a chance, but they will have to be flipping a lot of the buildings and keep fighting back and forth for them. The main problem, however, is that they might not have the joiners to do that, to fight for all the buildings plus the water tanks right now, due to the move that the other team did in the beginning of the match of going straight for their joiners. So in the beginning, they chose to not go strictly for all the buildings, but to target with some of their big players, a few of their joiners, specifically for this moment, to be able to turn the match around when they were going for water tanks, because the joiners then would not have enough people to basically fight for all the water tanks. So they would be able to still put pressure in the buildings while having the joiners to be able to have some marches in the water tanks, while FIF was not going to be able to do the pressure that they wouldn't necessarily to be there.
Changing a little bit now, it's 4,200 against 4,800 at the moment per minute. The difference was way higher earlier, but still, this is very, very, very close match.
And also, they got one less member in this match. And one thing that here is one thing that a lot of players do not know, and I do think sadly that Zach does not know as well, which is one trick that you can use in matches like this for people that don't know. If you leave a match and you wait for 10 minutes, you can come back and get all your troops back. So if you have more than 30 players and you are having someone that is basically benched, that person can join in your place, and then after 10 minutes you join back and you have all your troops back. So that is the way that usually you counter strategies like this of players going and burning you right now in the beginning. So if FIF realized that could be a counter strategy that they could do, especially in the beginning where they didn't have they had a bigger difference in participation, they could use that to try to keep putting the pressure, and then they would be countering directly this.
Get the points at the start, and take a break and come back stronger again.
So but that is something that a lot of players do not know that is possible. And it is a very risky strategy. In a match like Reservoir League, the only way that you should be doing this is that the player is zeroed is a joiner, and you have another joiner that is not as a lot weaker than them. It is a backup player that's able to actually help you, but it's not necessarily a player that is going to be sacrificing the team too far behind. So it seems I expected actually when they were burning players, and I didn't mention that because I expected them to actually maybe pull this off, but it seems like they do not know that is possible.
Let me go back to the screen with the 4 of them and see how the scores are. Yeah, the other ones are pretty much decided. We saw that since the beginning here.
I think that the amount of points necessary for the matches to be turned over in a lot of those matches is insurmountable. The only match, in my opinion, that it can actually be flipped, depending on what happens, but it's still very unlikely, is menacing match.
Menacing, but I don't think that would be.
And here's the thing: due to the fact that menacing hold every single building from the beginning to
Yeah.
now, this means that if they get all those buildings flipped, they can lose at least, I'd say, 30 to 40,000 water at least, if not more. As you see, 15,000 water
Yeah.
just in this building. So if they are able by the end of the match to flip all those buildings that they controlled for the whole match, and they're better at gathering puddles, they can still win this match. It's very unlikely, but
Very unlikely.
they're not out of the game.
Well, we still have 27 minutes for more people to join, which I also think
Yes.
is unlikely because it's we already passed half of the match here. But
If they do join and they are able to do enough rallies to basically flip the buildings, catch them off guard, and get the puddles, that would be a huge win and a very good move from them. I guess we'll have to wait and see what's going to be. And unless they go up to a difference of, let's say, 250,000 in score, which is possible, they are still risking not be able to hold the matches. As you can see, they easily have over 50,000 water just from the tanks in the puddle. And what most people don't realize is that water is not just like right now. That water is not just water that you get and you get to your team. It's water that you remove from the other team, and when you do so, you can recover it. So if you have that match right now, I think we can cover them a little bit because this is actually something that is very very interesting for people to watch. They are going for every single puddle that they can. And those puddles right now, the fact that they couldn't recover as many puddles as menacing team can be not only very demoralizing, but a deciding factor in the matchup what they're going for. So it seems like even if they go for the strategy, that menacing team is ready to respond and have a bunch of players to put water in it to get together the waters.
Yeah, but Woa didn't give up at all. They're still fighting. Well, even with less players, they didn't give up. Still doing quite okay, I would say.
Their main problem, if you check the map, is that you actually can see that they are not gathering a lot and gathering tiles.
No.
Most of the gathering tiles in menacing matches are completely blue.
Let me wait for him to. Wait for him to go back there.
Congratulations! It seems like you have 600 people watching on Twitch.
Holy moly! Is it your favorite, Trucci? Anyone else here watching, guys? As I asked before, is also in the league this time? Are you still in the Reservoir League? Any of your alliances?
Also, guys, since you're watching especially on Twitch, don't forget to follow for more content like this from SOS. We are going to be covering a lot, not all, but a lot of the matches in the channels. So we might cover probably the finals and other matches before them. So make sure that you're following and subscribing YouTube, so you can get not only supercuts, interviews of the matches that are going to happen. Also, you're going to be having, in some cases like today, a few codes. Codes today are only one use. But you can also get some good content from things like this, and you can help State of Survival grow, especially in the streamers to grow for bringing more content related to the game. So, as I was saying, it looks like the match is it's going to be a little bit more struggling. I think that in menacing match they're going to be keeping that score. They're not going to be basically allowing the difference to be increased that much. But that being said, it's still not going to be an easy match for them to turn over. And we can go back now to Zach's match.
Zach match is the other team. It's,
yes.
The difference between them is quite big now. And someone just asked which states we are watching here. So on the top left, we have FIF from state 599 against HPS from state 621. On the top right, where menacing is, we have MOB, that is state 900, against WOA, that is from state 908. Behind me here, we have LDF, that they were champions from season 2 and 3, from state 211, against WLF from 219. And behind Les, we have GTR, that is from state 361, against LOV from state 373. So a lot of different states and matches here.
Thank you for your feedback, Childland. We thought that if we added the states as well with the alliances, would be a little bit too polluted, because you already have a small space due to the fact that you're having only you're having to watch 4 matches at the same time. That being said, we'll take that in consideration for the further matches. Hey, I love my chair as well, so thank you so much. The chair thanks you, my friend.
I'll change here to Zach's match. Let's see how it's gonna be. Oh, they just got a building.
And it seems like they're fighting for water, but
too. Yeah.
But Zach got that horrible feeling that we all have when you want to relocate somewhere, you go to
and someone knows that for
exactly at the same time. Can you guys feel the pain on this?
I can't.
Can I get some emotes in both chat and YouTube and Twitch to if you
That's
share
totally
you share the pain of actually having something like this happening when you are jumping, and in case of Zach, in 3 different places that he did that, he actually got sniped for the place that he wanted.
That happens a lot. Oh, the big puddles are here. Let me jump. No, and those 2 seconds, 3 seconds that can change. And once I was going to move, and then someone was faster than me, and then I said, okay, so I'm gonna move here. And someone else was there as well.
Looks like they're flipping.
Oh,
they're trying to probably flip all the buildings and put pressure for them to get the puddles. So this is gonna be interesting, because I think this is the moment that they make the play to see if they stay in the game or not. I think that they still have chance that it may be too soon to do this play. They could have been focusing on gathering nodes, but it seems like they think that right now the right movement is to try to reset the building. So we are going to be seeing a lot of resets right now.
Let's see how the other team is gonna respond. They're gonna be able to take. Oh, look, another one.
Yes,
that's good.
They are putting pressures in every single building right now to get the water. And they are doing a good job of actually responding to the water faster than the other team. So it is, and as you can see, as soon as they took the building and they responded, they left the building. So their goal right now is to bridge the gap, to try to get as close as possible, to then fight back for every inch and nail, because they were ahead of every single part of the match. So even some people that were fighting for those buildings again, they ended up basically leaving these buildings behind, because if they do stay, they might commit too many players are not going to be able to fight for it.
Let me just maximize here so I can see the chat in the... How come you cannot sub to Twitch?
I don't know. You have to ask for the team.
but did you follow? Did you follow? And if you haven't followed on YouTube as well, if you don't subscribe on YouTube, and remember to like it, so we can keep bringing more content for you guys. Hello, Mistress. How's everyone doing?
For those that actually want from Twitch to actually support and subscribe to YouTube, I'm going to give you the link of the video where we are going to be doing there. So make sure that I'm probably going to get banned. No. Seems like moderation in this case is allowing me. Yeah, thank God. So you can go into that link specifically, and you can basically subscribe to YouTube if you are on Twitch. We are looking forward to give us a like in there, give us a subscribe, follow on Twitch as well. And in this way, you are able to support us in doing this comp like that.
They're going for now, let's say. Oh, another one.
Yes, they reset another building right now, but this building didn't have a lot of water because it was already flipped not long ago. I think that the reset...
And they just lost one of the of the buildings again that they flipped.
the reset that we're looking for is the reset in the center, because last time that I checked, the center has over 10,000 water. I think that the center has around close to 15,000 water. So if they are able to steal every single water puddle like they're doing from the center,
those are gonna be big.
yes. As you can see, they're bridging back and they're fighting every inch and nail with water. Because Zach at the moment doesn't have troops to fight, so his job is basically to get puddles.
He's pretty much the jumper right now.
Mm-hmm. So it seems like Solar doesn't have a lot of water, but I do think that the buildings in the right that haven't been flipped and the center that has 17,000 water at the moment. So as you can see, this match, depending on how they fight for that center, is maybe turned around and put enough pressure on them to actually flip the match around. If they are going to be doing this in the right way, I think they are going to be trying to get them off guard for that building in the last 5 minutes. So there are less points to fight for, and they are going to try to reduce the gap as little as possible up to that point, and then have everyone jump there and get the water. So this is a super hype moment, because this match is going to be one of those matches, as you said, that are going to be decided in the last minutes. So keep yourself in the toes of your chairs, because this is going to be a fun ending of the stream.
And so far it's working. Every single building they went for, they got it.
It seems like their team is much more aware, and they are communicating every single time where they are going. As you can see right now in chat, they just shared where they're gonna be reset and flipping every single building. So whenever they flip a building, they basically shared that building in chat, and people get ready to jump the moment that the march hits. Yes.
Well, if they manage to get the center, this is totally doable.
Oh yes, this as I said, this match is going to be decided in the. I believe that this match is going to be decided in the last 5 minutes.
What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think they can do it?
Right now, we are in 7 seconds. We are going to have more water tanks show up, which is going to complicate even more things. So
this is the last time that you're gonna have it.
And after that, in the 10-minute mark, some of the water tanks that were gathered during the whole match starts to go away as well. So this is the hype up on the last part of the moment of the match, where every single point and every single water tank matters. Woo, I am actually excited to see the end of this match.
Let me take a look. I'll go back and see how is the other games going so far, because we still have Menacing here on top, guys.
Menacing increased a lot of his lead this time. So I do think that even if they flip the building at this stage, they are not going to be able to do anything. VLFR match is already decided. Mathematically, they can't beat them in any way, shape, or form. And same for Nyo's match.
Yeah, that's very unlikely. So the ones... Yeah, the one on top right is Menacing. MOB is state 900. Yeah, that's and yeah, VLR is just chilling a little bit. But I let me just take a look here.
I think he's just engaging with his chat, because basically the match is done. They're controlling every single building, and I can assume, because there's the score of the other team is not going up, that they also are controlling every single water tank.
And let me go to Nyo here, take a look. Yeah, also very...
They did have participation at the end of the match, but still, it's still...
6 more, they were at 14, right?
Yes. But still, it's not enough to flip the match around for this. So, I think that at this moment, the best thing that we can do is try to spend our last minutes in this match.
Let's go and see Zach. Let's go and see.
Looks like a lot of the gap is still increasing, due again to probably the water puddles. But if you check the amount of points, the way that the points are flipping for each side. The most interesting thing about them being flipped from each side is the fact that they are fighting tooth and nail for every water tank. and it seems like blue side is having more water tanks and buildings at the moment, because they are very close in points to the red side. They lost a few right now, but they were even in score due to how many of them they were.
They holding 2. Yeah, oh, they're at 6. No, 5.6k now against 9k. Yeah, this is gonna be 13 minutes left. Do you guys think that Sax Alliance can do it? Like
I
almost
think it, as I said, it's gonna be decided in the last 5 minutes. So here we go, guys. If all of you follow in Twitch channel, I'll drop one of my personal codes in the stream. So go in there and go and make sure that you follow those channels and you follow YouTube. They do have them, so I'll send one of mine. There you go. I'll send it here, and I'll send it in YouTube as well.
You're gonna get everybody.
Yeah, now
everybody excited here.
Now everyone, I want to make sure that they're paying attention in the match and doing that. So basically pay attention because of this, and also stop now asking for codes for at least close to the end of the match, please. Let us pay attention because this match is actually a great match.
I'm actually curious to know how Stealth is doing as well.
In the center, the building still have 20,000 water. So this means that this match is still decided in there, and there are also other 2 buildings, one with 2,000 and one with 5,000 water. So again, depending on how the water puddles are going to show up, this is going to be turned around. They do, however, have one building with 14,000 points in water. So it will always depend on how much they are being in...
Yeah, depends on what the other team is gonna do as well, because if they decide to jump on their buildings... Yeah. But it's good to see that they're fighting to the last second. This is the kind of match that I love to see.
There is only one building that they have, and they have in the other side 3 buildings to flip. And now in around the 10 minutes mark is when I expect them to start making moves. And these moves are super important because depending on how you're going to be doing the moves in every single side is how they are basically fighting. Because every time that some people move for puddles, this means that those puddles that they're fighting for, it is hard for them to basically hold the other buildings. So this starts like a domino effect, taking every other building down if you know what you're doing.
I'm trying to read how oh good here, Chiland. I hope you guys are doing well as well. Yeah, and guys, again here, if we take a look on that this is the one thing that it's, again, we said over and over and over again how much participation is important to this. As you can see, the menacing was going to against the team that was slightly stronger. However, they took a long time to join. Participation was not too good, and the difference between the alliances there, it's pretty much decided, and it was decided from like half. They have like 200k points more almost.
I think, and we had a question in Twitch which I can respond. How good is the zombie building? In my opinion, it's a very important building, even though that people do neglect it a little bit, because you can reduce to 10% of the troops inside of a building, and you can time it like a double rally. So in a sense, it's a way for you to have a quote-unquote triple rally with one of the buildings every few minutes that you can use to basically take down some of the troops that you would be using with timing with others. And if people are not paying attention and reinforcing between those, then it can be problematic. And looks like one of the buildings have just been flipped. Is Zach's team gonna be able to get the water right now?
Well, let me go there. Yeah, as I said, they attack one of their buildings.
Yes, it's the only building that they have left, and the difference now is 57,000, which still makes possible for them to turn over. So if they start flipping every single building now, they can probably turn this over. But they need to flip those buildings as soon as possible.
Chilland is saying players who missed our Reservoir League don't get to play Reservoir Raid for a month. That's a good punishment.
Hey, that sounds to me, Chilland. Also, for the water buildings, if you leave the buildings are, if you have full control, the game still considers the building as a part of you controlling them. Only when someone sends a march in there that you stop getting score and that water stops building because the building flips. So you take the water back regardless by flipping the building. So it makes no difference if you leave the building or not. The water only spills and it turns around like it's doing here when someone is actually flipping the control over. So now they're trying to reset the buildings to get some of the water. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do that. The difference currently is at 70,000 points. They are doing.
It's gonna be different. This is gonna be difficult.
If they are doing rallies like they seem to be doing, they're probably gonna be able to flip some of the buildings. And let's see. I'd probably, if I was in their shoes, I'd probably move some of the leads there and keep doing double rallies and moving out of every single building, because the buildings right now don't matter as much. At least in the point that they are right now here. No, I don't think that as a desperate move they should be trying to only solo against a full rally inside of it. But I do think that the pressure that they're doing right now here is a move that is, both sides are probably at the edge of their seats of seeing what they're going to be able to do.
Yeah, I think like the smaller buildings, some of them were flipped recently, guys, so they don't have much water in it. Yeah, I don't think if they can't do the central, it's 6 minutes, but those are big ones.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, again. Hey. Oh,
can we get another rip or F emote for some? Can we get some Fs on chat for Zach? Second time that Zach's tried to jump in and do that. Let's get some Fs on chat for Zach jumping in.
I cannot.
I feel that
it's pain. It's painful.
I feel that painful. Pain.
I think everybody has been there, right?
Yes, 100%. I feel that pain.
Everybody has been there.
And they reset one of the buildings.
Okay, it was someone from his team at least.
They're getting some of the water back. So the difference now is at 60,000 with 26,000 in the middle. So if they flipped also the building in the middle, so right now the only building that is a big building for them to flip is center. If they do flip center, this is going to be neck and neck.
Let's see how it's going to be.
So they have, as I said, they were going to reset center in the last 5 minutes because this is the right move to do at the moment. And they seem to have been playing with what they have very efficiently. There are very few moves that I would disagree on how to play, so I'd have to say that they did, with the fact that they are less powerful, at least how the match shows, and how they have been playing, they're doing really well at the moment. They're waiting for the puddles to drop by so they can basically get the puddles as soon as they hit. So that's what Zach is doing there right now at the moment. Trying to find some...
And I mean, they are going against an alliance that was top 4 last time, right? So it was expected to be a good battle.
Only 4 minutes ago, another one of the buildings flipped. They're probably trying to flip some of the smaller buildings as well to try to push some more water. But it's not gonna be a lot of water puddles at the moment.
Yeah, but the opponents are relocating back to the central.
And they flipped. And now is how we know if they're going to be able to win the match or not. And as you see, every single member is gathering to water puddles.
The opponents were almost, look at the difference.
And it seems like Zach's team is getting most of the water, although not all of it.
Oh, damn. That was a good move.
So the 60,000 difference score went down to 20,000 just with that move.
So
they still have 3 minutes, and there's still some other buildings that they can flip to push the difference forward.
So this is the thing, guys. When we were asking, oh, do you think they can win? A lot of people say, oh, obviously the red team is gonna win. But look now, the difference when you said obviously it was like 60K difference. The difference
10,000,
now is like
10,000.
You know, so this is how important a good move can change a game. Here, they're still 10K behind, depending on how many puddles they can get. It still can be decided the past few minutes, guys.
2 minutes?
Look,
look at how many water puddles every single water puddle is being fought for.
10K. Oh, look at those big puddles there. Okay, it was someone from his alliance. Both alliances played quite well.
Very good movement from them. Very good movement from them. So even if they lose, they're gonna be losing by a very small margin. I am excited to find out what is going to happen regardless.
Another one there.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, they all are relocated to the same place. Oh, this is exciting. See? Who said...
I got so excited that I clicked on the wrong scene by accident.
I keep moving my screen here because I want to see. I think it's mine.
3,000 of difference.
1 minute left. 3,000.
Do they have anything? Do they have anything to flip that may make a difference, or any control? Because remember, what a lot of people don't know is that any building that you get full control also gives you score. So full control right now in any building is gonna be enough for someone to flip and to win. So now every single building that they're fighting for, if they can get full control before the match ends, then this means that this match can be decided on that. It's gonna be very close.
Very close, yeah. And you guys see from 60K difference to like what, 2K?
5,000 at the moment.
Okay, yeah. See, I looked to the side and I go.
Oh boy, will any of the buildings have full control before them? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But that was a good match. That was a great match.
Match was decided in the last 2 minutes.
It was a great match. Was not as easy as you guys thought it would be, right?
And it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Oh, no, go. 8 seconds.
It's not over yet.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
That was brilliant.
If they were relocating a little bit further, they would have been. But that was a really good match.
Brilliant. I think it was less than 1K. Did you see that? That was a good one. Amazing.
It was a great match.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? Well played. Look! Less than 1K, guys. Less than 1K. What a match. What a match. Well done.
And everyone, make sure that you follow in Twitch. You also subscribe in YouTube. You click on the bell in YouTube. You comment in everything that you enjoy and you didn't enjoy in the stream, so we can actually get some good feedback. And we are going to also do an interview soon with one of the players that was in one of the matches. So I hope so far you guys have been enjoying this kind of content. Because I do think that the last match that we're covering to be decided in 1 minute and by less than 1,900 in puddles, that was an amazing match.
It was brilliant. That was brilliant.
That was
brilliant,
one of the
brilliant.
most competitive matches that I've seen so far. Looks
Great,
like
great, great. Let me see. We are gonna interview here, guys, Lily. If you guys were behind me here, we had the battle between LDF versus WLF. LDF won, as you guys can see. They're from state 211. You're gonna talk with Lily in a second. Let me just tell her here if she can hop in the chat.
I think she just said, I'm not entirely sure though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can hop on voice when you're ready. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? How is everything?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Thank you for taking some time to talk to us here. And again, congratulations for the win.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Les.
Hey Lily, how are you doing? I hope you're
Good,
great.
good.
So could you tell us a little bit, Lily, about yourself and your alliance?
Okay, so I'm Lily. I'm from LDF, from state 211. I'm an R4 from my alliance, and we have been playing together for almost 3 years now, I think. So you have like a very close group of players playing together, so that's easier when we come up with a strategy. We know who we can count with. You're gonna follow the instructions and everything else.
We seen from the match that you're very organized. Congratulations! That match was.
Oh, thank you.
That match went. That was the first match that whenever we were able to check how the score was going, and we said that it was probably not going to be a way for them to turn it over. And how can you tell us a little bit going into matches and stuff like that? What was your role today during Reservoir League?
Okay, so my role, I start at water center. I help there to take the first control and everything else, and then I port to tanks to make sure that the other team won't have control of the tanks. So we have a team specific for tanks, and 4 players at least to help with that. And it was too bad that the other team, they didn't have all the players there. I think most of the time they only had 22 players. So yeah, so it wasn't. We were expecting it's going to be harder. They played very well, but yeah.
One thing specifically, since you mentioned tanks, is when exactly were you porting to get the tanks? Specifically, you.
In the north area of the tanks.
But at which point? Because some alliances do the 36, some do the 26, and some do the 16. So I wanted to know a little bit, in your case, when did you port it in there to get the tanks, or you didn't at all?
To port the tanks?
Yes.
Well, we port as soon as they come up.
So in the 36 March, in the
36, yes, okay. 36.
So for the next question, then, how do you feel about today's result?
Oh, we're happy that we won. We were actually very nervous. We thought this one was going to be our hardest one, but I don't know. I think as we go further and further, we get more nervous. So let's see how it's going to be next week. Like I said, they only had 20 players. I don't know what happened, but they played very well with what they had.
Mm-hmm.
How far in advance do you make your strategy or plans for the matches?
I mean, as soon as when they release the event, the tutorial and stuff, and like we take days and hours planning the strategy, who's gonna play and where they're gonna be, and it takes a lot. Thankfully, I have some very big brands in my alliance, and they really work on that.
Another question: Do you think that a good strategy can beat a way stronger team, a more powerful
Way
team?
stronger? I don't believe so. When we won season 2 and 3, we weren't one of the strongest alliances, but we had a very good strategy. But way stronger alliance, unless they are strategically incompetent. So no, I don't believe they can lose if they are very, very strong.
Yeah, because even though if you have a good strategy, if you're playing against a team that is strong and also have a good strategy, can be tricky.
Yes.
I think that most of the strong teams tend to have very, very good strategists, but there are some cases that is not. And I've seen some matches be turned around, but I agree with you that it is hard sometimes. There is a bridge that can be gapped, maybe, but it depends a lot as well as the other team not having. I think it was a good answer because it depends a lot of the other team also not having the match as well as you, not having the strategy as well as you having the strategy. I think it also goes into that part as well.
Yeah, and what we have seen a lot of times, they get desperate.
Mm-hmm.
They have good strategy, they have good players, and for some reason they see they are losing a little bit, and they get desperate, and they decided to change a lot of things in the last minute, and that's when things start to go downhill. So they need to stick with the strategy, especially if it's a good one. They need to trust their strategy.
I think that a lot of things that can happen to some players as well, as I mentioned, is the fact that that they don't have the experience that you have as champions. So I'm gonna add one question that is more personal. So, do you think that the fact that you won twice, it helps you knowing the pressure that you're gonna have, or does it hurts you due to the expectations that you would have to perform well and win again?
I'm sorry, you break in the last part.
Sorry, do you think that you being the champions before, does it help you because it gave you experience in how to handle pressure, or does it hurts you because you are actually having expectations of you to win?
I think it's more the second part, because the pressure, it's always there no matter what. We always feel the pressure. We are always super nervous, and we are always trying to give our best. We always play like it's going to be our last match. So I don't know. I think people do expect a lot, but at the same time, we just try to do our best. That's all we can do. So, and pray for the best.
So, do you think? What is the biggest move that you've seen in today's match so far? Or did you? It can be from your team. It can be from the opponent's team. What do you think was that moment? Wow, that was amazing for the match. If you saw any.
I think when we have the puddles, you see who is able to reach the puddle first. You know, who is paying attention, being able to port and to collect those the water. I think it's that can be a game changer if you're paying attention, depending on the score. And getting the first control of the buildings if you can, and in tanks, kick them out of the tanks. Don't let them have control of the tanks, because those are easy points.
Yeah, we saw a very close match here in Zax. We were all watching.
I was watching too.
Yeah,
I was watching here with you all.
The puddles and flipping the buildings. The score at some point was like 60k difference, and it ended. They were defeated, but for less than 1k. Just from
I was super
flipping
nervous.
and getting the puddles.
You could say that match was literally decided in the last minute, because it could have gone either way. If there were 10 more seconds in that match, the result would have been different.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
Yes, and the last question that we have right now is: do you think that your team is gonna make to the finals?
We are working very hard for that, so let's see. I hope so.
So
Well, congratulations again, Lily, and good luck in the next match.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's probably not gonna be an easy one, right? We were taking a look at your opponents there, but again, I see you guys did quite well today, and you're quite organized. So good luck again, and thank you so much for spending some time here, talking to us. And now it's time to celebrate with your alliance, I would say.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you very much.
thank you so much for taking your time, and I know how nervous you can be to be in voice with people watching and stuff like that. The first times you
Yes.
like that, so. But I'm glad that you joined here, because we usually get some streamers to talk with us, but it's not always that we do that. We like to have some viewers to see themselves and to also be able to identify with the fact that people are basically able to engage and to do everything with us in situations like this, because this is your moment as parts of Reservoir League, right? So not only you have to celebrate, but you also can do this as a way to shout out and get more people engaged or involved with your alliance. Especially after the merges, having more people wanting to support your alliance and your state is super important. So I'm glad to have you here, and I hope that you enjoyed talking with us today.
Thank you for having me here. It was really nice. Thank you all. Have a good day.
So Lily, thank you so much.
Bye.
So yeah, Doc, what do you think of what do you think of today's matches? Seems like today I was about right about which matches are going to be more closer than the other ones, but
I was going to say that I thought the menacing battle was going to be more even.
I did too.
You know, yeah, that surprised me. So that was a huge surprise when I see that the other team didn't attend much. And Zach's match, FIF against HPF, was also super exciting.
That was one of the most exciting matches that I've seen in a while.
And it's also a great match for people that are watching us to understand how much working together and talking to each other in your alliance, and like how much attendance and communication can change a game. At some point they have 60k, they saw, okay, let's wait a little bit, calm down, and then start flipping the buildings. So even if you're losing, and you, as Lily says, sometimes a lot of alliances, they get desperate. Remember to keep calm and don't give up fighting. As you guys saw, it was less than 1k in the end of that battle. Was quite exciting.
I have it on my screen right now, the scores that they had. The difference was super close, and any different move could have changed the score for either side. The strategy from both sides paid well in different moments. It was a blast to watch what they were doing. And I hope that everyone enjoyed watching this, because I do think, and I'm glad that this is also going to be recorded in YouTube, because you can use this as a way to study the matches and improve your own alliances as well. Because that was a great match to be able to watch and to see how to work as a team, and to flip out a match that you seem to be behind, and not to lose hope, and to keep pressuring and doing your best.
And I would like to say a big thank you to all the alliances that led us to show their battles, the streamers that kindly agreed to show their battles to us, because we know that it can be sometimes, depending on your opponent, I understand that some people are careful about that, but if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to bring this content. And also, if you like the content and you want us in State of Survival to keep bringing this kind of content to you, if you're on Twitch, remember to follow the channel. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Remember to like the videos, and we'll keep doing it, guys. Let us know what do you think.
All right, so thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying everything in Twitch. Make sure to leave your best emote in chat that you want to. And make sure in YouTube as well, leave your best emote, like and subscribe, follow us on Twitch. And I guess I'll see you guys next time as well. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank everybody. Thank you, Les. Bye. Until next time.